Welcome back, friends. Today I will be crocheting a Gengar plushie for my friend in Japan. Now, to get things started, I will go ahead and put the pattern that I used up on screen because one thing is straight. I did not make this off the top of my head, okay? I definitely had to go based off of a pattern, but as you can see, I did take forever for this because I honestly had to take this with me everywhere that I could. But once all of the pieces were finally done, I was able to finally sit down and start sewing everything together. And the only thing that I will tell you that if you do end up using the same pattern, it doesn't quite tell you exactly where everything is supposed to be sewn on together. So for example, right here, I'm trying to just see where everything should kind of go based off of like pictures from the actual pattern. But yeah, I would have loved to know like exactly which stitches from each row everything would like be sewn on. So I kind of just had to eyeball it and go back and forth based off of pictures from Google. But nonetheless, I did have so much fun making this because it honestly reminded me of my old days of crocheting actual plushies, which I had taken a break from so long. I think that it's been like over a year since I haven't made an actual plushie because everything that I've been making recently is either a tapestry, some sort of like I don't know, crochet wearable. So yeah, this took me back definitely. But as you can see here, I have the arms and legs sewn on. And again, I didn't want to show you guys piece by piece, like how I crocheted everything because it's not my pattern. So I didn't want to really like show you guys anything from the actual pattern. But yeah, like I said, since you don't get too many like pointers on where everything is supposed to be sewn exactly, the only thing that I did truly struggle with were the toes for Gengar. So let me tell you guys that I basically had to go based off of what one foot looks like and kind of mirror it on the other foot because it gave you stitches to count to start each foot, like to where to start crocheting each toes for each foot based off of like if it's either the left or the right foot. But honestly, that did not cut it. Like I tried to follow the instructions to a T and it just did not look good at all. So I did kind of have to just wing it on the toes, but nevertheless it still looks good. And as you can see, this crochet plushie did have so many parts to it. Like I was just collecting pieces here and there, but this took so long to put together because I do have little kids with me here. My son, is so small that he just grabs anything that he sees. So this took forever to put together. But I will tell you guys that honestly, my favorite part of putting this all together was just seeing it slowly come together because I don't know, I second guessed myself so much on this plushie because of the fact that you don't really know where everything is supposed to go exactly. So you're kind of just winging it the whole thing, like the whole way after you're done making all the pieces. But still came out so cute. And next thing that I'm going to show you guys is actually me putting the tail end on it. Now that everything on the front is on, the entire back needs to get started. So honestly, I could not stand Gengar based off of only the feet. If I did, I had to literally squish him down on the 2 feet for him just to like stand, just like get some balance. But adding the tail, as you can see, I cut out a little triangle piece of cardboard just to add some stability to this plushie. And honestly, I ended up loving this idea because it kind of gave this plushie like a little tripod stand, and now I can literally just throw the plushie anywhere on the desk and it will not fall like face forward or to the side or anything. Like it has such a good like balance to it now. So if you guys make any sort of plushies that have like tails on them or just like 2 feet in general or three, I definitely recommend you guys to cut out a piece of cardboard stuff it into the little piece or leg or whatever, and then stuff it afterwards before you sew it on, because that honestly helped so much. I actually did the same thing with the 2 feet. I just didn't show you guys it, and I wish I did. But the feet actually have little circle cardboard pieces cut into them as well before I stuffed and sewed it onto the body. So that honestly kept the feet like stable and flat the whole time, and I think that kind of helped my situation a little bit. But this did take so freaking long. And if you guys want me to crochet any more plushies, please let me know down below, because honestly, this project gave me so much of like a flashback to a year ago when that's literally all that I used to make. Like, oh my god. So next was the long and grueling task of adding all of these spikes to the back of Gengar, and honestly I think it was total of like 4 in the middle, 3 on the left, and 3 on the right. But again, this pattern did not give me any sort of help as to where each spike is supposed to go, like if it's supposed to go between like rows 3 and 4 and stuff like that. So I honestly just was winging the entire back piece. But as I was starting to do it, I kind of had to like halfway sew it on and then stop, stuff the little spike, and then continue on, because if not, the spike would end up being like too small or end up getting squished. But honestly, I had fun, but at the same time the spikes were just so frustrating, because all of the spikes that I had to sew in meant that there were that many more tails to weave in. And oh my goodness, I just wish that I could just like find such a simpler way to weave in ends, because they are literally the death of me. Alright, but anyways, now that I have all 4 center spikes done, I honestly tried to do my best to do them as equally spaced, but to be honest, the top 2 were a little too far apart, so that's when I started doing the bottom 2 spikes a little closer to each other, because I was panicking, girl. Like, I was literally thinking like, these are not gonna fit, like what did I do? But anyways, now I'm going to go ahead and start sewing on the left spikes. And like I said, I was just so frustrated at these spikes, because honestly it was just a guessing game at this point as to how far apart from the middle spikes I had to make them, how far spread apart did they have to be, just everything like that, to where the fact that the middle spikes I had to second guess myself, and I was literally so frustrated at the fact that like they barely fit. But yeah, now we're starting the right side spikes, and at this point I was like, please God, just let me power through this, because the amount of times that I had to weave in ends and shove extra yarn into the plushie was just unbearable. I don't know why. Like, I think that is literally why I had taken such a long break from making any plushies at all, because of the fact that you have to sew in so many extra yarn pieces into such a small little plushie. But anyways, now that I am finally done with the spikes, I went ahead and grabbed my red yarn, because now we are going to move on to the face. Alright, so as you can see, I'm going to try to work on the eyes, because from the actual pattern, they actually end up doing the whole face from like just that felt material, but I do not have felt, and I really wanted to challenge myself to actually make everything out of specifically crochet yarn. And so what I ended up doing is I ended up making these 2 little pieces that look literally like watermelons. It sounds so funny, but honestly, if you're wondering how I did it, I literally just ended up doing like a magic circle and then crocheting like 3 single crochets into the ring, and then making a like increases into the next row, and then double like an increase, and then a single increase, single increase, single, basically. So with that, you end up getting like this half moon shape, and which ended up perfect for the eyes, as you can see. So now after the eyes were done, I ended up figuring out that I do need something to jazz it up a little bit. So of course I wanted to add little eyebrows to make him look a little angry, because I know he kind of always has that like little angry smiley face. So I wanted to add that in. And basically I just did a row of like a chain of maybe like 12 stitches, and then went back and then did single crochets, and that was literally it for the eyebrows. But for the mouth, that was a little more tricky. Honestly, I ended up trying to do the first attempt was the same way like the watermelon eyes, but then I quickly realized that that was not working at all. Like I just could not get the shape of like a long smiley face to work out. So what I ended up doing was just making a like super long chain, and then I think of like 20 or 30 something stitches, and then going back into that chain I ended up just doing like single crochet, half double crochet, and then like a double, a treble, and then like a triple treble or whatever that's called. But I ended up just doing that, mirroring it for one side of the smiley face, then for the other, and honestly it came out pretty good. And here I am the next day ready to finally sew on all of the face pieces, because the face just took so long, because again the smiley face was just so much of a trial and error. I literally did it over and over again, probably like 5 times, until I gave up, and then finally went with the whole chain and the final look of it basically. But honestly, again, this was so much fun to make, because I think the whole face was literally just me winging it completely, like 100%. So that's what made it more of like a unique of this is literally all me. But anyways, now I'm onto sewing the little eyebrows, because once I had the eyes, I was just so excited to just finish everything at one go. But honestly, the mouth was probably the trickiest part to sew on, because I was trying to get it sewn on to a way that you wouldn't be able to see the sewing stitches so obviously, because again, I am trying to make this look as like professional as I could when I was sewing everything on. And as you can see here, I'm kind of going in through like the bottom loop of the stitch, and then into the plushie, and then up through the next bottom hoop or loop of the smiley face. But after this, I literally just did the eyes, and voila! Honestly, I was so happy with the way this came out. Some things could have been done a little better, but all in all, I am so happy at the way this came out, especially the backside, because the backside had me second guessing myself so much with where everything specifically would be sewn on and placed and stuffed. Honestly, I thought the measurements of everything, like the sizes of the little pieces, were all so weird to me, but until everything came together, it all finally started making sense. But I hope you guys enjoyed me yapping around about my whole crochet vlog, and I'll see you next time. Bye!